Hi everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. I am Marcello, and with me here is Nino FX Trader. We're going to do today what we've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Time close of our daily bars and our 4-hour bars, and sometimes our weekly bars. That's what we use to analyze the market. Hey Nino, are you there with me?
Hey Marcello, I'm here.
Great. It's great to have you on, as always, and I look forward to your analysis. Actually, Nino and I actually talk about what's going to happen in the day beforehand, so generally he doesn't have an awful lot to say unless he really, needs to correct me or to show me something in the charts. This is generally our viewpoint as far as the market's concerned, but if you hear me say anything that needs to be corrected, Nino, please, by all means, jump in, okay?
No problem, no problem.
So guys, here's what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through how it works, then the daily market analysis, and then we're going to potentially review some trades that we may have taken at a previous time. All right, so here's how it works. Here's our formula for success. We do our 5 p.m. market analysis to determine the bias. Now, what is bias? Bias is the probability of price moving in one direction or the other. The bias is the probability of your buy hitting its take profit or your sell hitting its take profit. So if we give a bias a buy bias, that means that the market is more likely to go up to our take profit than come down to our stop loss, obviously. All right, so we do that after 5 p.m. And each night we can either do a set and forget trade based upon our bias, so we can take high probability trades, or you can join Nino in the Tribe Forex live trade room on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Eastern Time, so that you'll be trading both the European market and the New York market. In those live trade sessions that we do for you, you will be able to potentially capture way more pips than you would have, or I should say be able to leverage more trades than you would with just a set and forget it trade system that we have. Okay, so if you have the time to get in there, you can make more money. If not, you can always do a set and forget it trade, and that is Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into our daily market analysis, and I'm going to start with the euro dollar here. And there are a couple things that Nino and I discussed that were interesting. Number one is obviously the reversal candle, okay, that we have here on the euro dollar. Okay, now you'll notice I've actually got two charts for the euro because we like to trade the euro dollar for whatever reason. It makes us money. Of course, that's why we like to trade it. A couple of things you'll notice here. Number one is we have a channel. We can see the support area of this channel. We can also see the upper resistance area of this channel, these two aqua lines here. Okay, we're going to take a look at those because basically price is bouncing up and down off of these reversal areas. That's great. So we have a beautiful reversal candle that's formed here. This is what you'd call a hammer, I believe, for most of you. For us, it's a reversal candle. It is the epitome of what a reversal candle looks like. Price is pushed up, then finally closes very low, which means there's a rejection of the buy by the entire market, the market as a whole. Closing low means that the sellers have overpowered the buyers in the market. Okay, so what we're going to be looking for from here, guys, is if you were to take a set and forget it trade, you could take it right now. Okay, your stop loss essentially is going to be about 50 pips away. All right, so 45 pips away. What you have on the way down, which is great, I believe, I think you have the opportunity once you pass this 50 EMA to get as far down as 84 to 120 pips. So you get like a 2-to-1 ratio as far as reward to risk. Okay, and that's what we're kind of looking for here. So this is a beautiful reversal candle. I'll tell you for a number of reasons. Number one is we have this beautiful channel that it's clearly bouncing off of. We've got multiple touches on this support area. 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Okay, where price tried to break through and couldn't. Number two is we also have it's actually approaching the high of the previous support area. So this support has now become resistance. I'll show it to you on the euro dollar, other euro dollar chart I have. Okay, This is another trend line, and you can see it's bouncing directly off that trend line. And thirdly, we actually have a Fibonacci's, and our Fibonacci's here. This was our old fib line down to the first swing low. Now we moved it down to another swing low, and finally this is the lowest low that we have. This is the most prominent swing low and the most recent swing low that we have. And you can see here that when we do that, we actually hit the 50% fib line and close right at our 38.2 fib area. That is almost, it's very difficult to get a more perfect setup than that. You've got three areas of clear commitment by the market, and so that is what we're going to consider as a clear opportunity for a sell here on the euro dollar. So once again, it's about a 50 pip stop loss above you, and about we're going to look for 3,500 hopefully to get to. At least you'll get a 1-to-1 ratio here. If you get a 1-to-1 ratio, I would close out part of your position and let the rest of it run down where you could get to the other half of that big run there. Okay, and that may take place over a couple days. So that is the euro dollar, and we've got a sell bias, certainly. Oh, also, last thing, now if you're considering it, one of the areas that I would be looking for price to turn around at, okay, I'd be looking for price to give us, on the lower time frames, a turnaround right at 136.50. So look at 136.50 on the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and see if there's a reversal candle for you there, right in that vicinity. If price does continue to move forward, that could be an additional place where you can actually make some more money. So look for that here on the euro dollar. All right, let's move on to the pound dollar. All right, so the pound dollar, guys, we established that 164.84 was a good area of resistance here, and you can see the market literally bounced right off 164.84, closing at 164.47. Support and resistance and trending make up the market. If you understand that, then you can draw these trend lines, and you'll be surprised at what you get out of them. Stick around, stick with us here at Tribe Forex, and we'll help make this thing like driving a car. Once you learn how to do it, you don't even think about it anymore. The support and resistance area here is 64.84. We bounced right off of that area, but this still looks like it's a buy bias. It hasn't bounced off this area again. It wasn't a clear sell-off here, and so we definitely, at the very least, may have a bounce right back at that 164.84 test. But right here, based on what we do have, it does look like it wants to be a buy bias. Let me go ahead and throw a yep, definitely a buy. No getting around it at this moment. Okay. Definitely a buy. All right, so I'm actually drawing what looks to me to be a channel here. Going to get rid of this one. There goes our channel. We've got multiple touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches here. The pound dollar. We've had multiple touches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches, 8 touches here on the lower side, proving a support area, a very strong support area. So that is where we're at in this channel on the pound dollar. It looks like a ascending channel here. And you can see that price most likely wants to continue to move to the upside until we see otherwise. Okay? And that's what we have. So we've got a buy bias on the pound dollar. Now, New Zealand dollar, once again, also the very same thing. We did have support and resistance areas. I'm going to actually put this on the weekly. Put it on the weekly chart here. This is kind of a steeper support area. 1, 2, 3 touches. That's all we need. Right now, it's looking like a buy, guys, and we could see some resistance here by price at 8,400. Right now, we're at 8,300, and so it looks clear for a buy until 8,400. Okay. And just for sake of consistency, let me take a look at the euro on the 1 hour. Oh no, sorry, the weekly here. Yeah. So that's fine there. Pound dollar. Yeah, we also look like we can get back up at least to 165.76, which is where our 800 moving average is and where we saw a lot of price action before. So it looks like it wants to go back up there. Now look at these reversal candles here. Very clear, right on the 800 on the weekly. You know, but still we look like we can have further movement up, especially considering that we had, even though it's a long doji, it closed it really made a push to the low side and really closed high, which looks like, which gives us the intention of a buy. So far, I said this a couple days ago, by the way, these were my biases. Euro dollar bias we had a buy, pound dollar bias we had a buy. You can see that Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, we had buy biases as well, and you can see that those proved themselves and actually did make money in those directions. So stick with us because we're going to be given more biases that are on point. And if you do what we're doing, then you will do well. Okay, let's continue here. New Zealand dollar is a buy. Okay, looking for 8,400 for some resistance. Aussie dollar, once again, is a buy. I mean, it's, you know, we called this buy yesterday. First, this was a sell, and for good reason. It did go down 50 pips, but closed at the 50 MA. And once we knew that, then we had to figure that it was either ambiguous or we're going to be looking for a buy. Okay, now that we have the breakout of this thing, we definitely have a buy that we've got to consider here. So we're going to be looking for price to continue to prove itself. And this will be a strong area of resistance is where we are at 90.50. We'll see where price goes from here and how it deals with that area of resistance. But for right now, it's got to be considered a buy. Next real area of support and resistance. There are several, actually. There's some horizontal areas of support and resistance. Next trend line, I would say, is clearly at 92.60. Okay, so this will be axiomatic today to see if it makes it through the 90.50. If it does, it's going to be looking for 91.50 to try to reach, I guess, before moving anywhere from there. All right, so looking at the euro yen, the yen pairs are actually not as clear as that euro dollar that we just saw. The yen pairs are a little less clear. So what's happening here? We actually got a breakout here of the 50 EMA, if you will. We just broke through the 50 EMA. And for that reason, your support area is going to be 139.67 where the 50 EMA is. And it looks like it could continue to move up. That's what we could see on the euro yen. Like I said before, we're kind of sitting right on the 50 EMA, and it's kind of ambiguous. It is not my strongest signal. Dollar CAD, still in this consolidation that we talked about. We've been getting some back and forth movement, just exactly what we thought. If it is to act in according to its character over the last few days, if it's going to follow suit, it may very well bounce off of this previous high at that 1.100 area and bounce back up right back into its zone, into the consolidation that it's been trading at. So it is in an extreme at 1.01 or 1.100. Okay, and so 1.0100. So we're going to be looking for price to, 1.100. We're going to be looking for price to continue to move probably up. So that's going to be a buy bias here on the dollar CAD if it follows suit. Okay, dollar Swiss. Now the dollar Swiss is generally has a reverse correlation. Okay, it's got an inverse correlation with the euro dollar. So when the euro dollar goes up, the dollar Swiss goes down, and vice versa. And so what we see here is the exact same signal on the euro dollar and on the dollar Swiss. Okay, so if you look at it, you have a nice, beautiful reversal candle bouncing off of areas of support and resistance here on the euro dollar daily. We go to the dollar Swiss daily, we have the same areas of support and resistance where there's a very strong trend line and very strong flag pennant that's been formed here on the dollar Swiss, and it's forming a nice reversal candle, looking for a bounce potentially. If it does drop a bit, it's going to bounce off 89.70 and then head upward, looking at 90.16 at the very least, and maybe beyond. It's going to be trying to get to the top of this channel here at 9100, 0.9100. So this is a buy bias on the dollar Swiss. All right, dollar yen, same thing, guys. This one's ambiguous as well because we don't have a break above the 50 MA, and it's just not very clear. We could see it price continue to move up, and I guess I would go for a buy more than a sell here, I guess. And so would I do the same thing on the pound yen as well. But to be honest with you, none of these yen pairs are extremely clear. They're not my best signals for the day. If for my taste, I will be settling on the dollar Swiss and the euro dollar to be traded, and obviously the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar are stronger bets there as well. And I think the pound dollar is actually a good bet as well. So euro dollar buy, pound dollar buy, New Zealand dollar buy. Get back to the D1. New Zealand dollar buy, Aussie dollar buy, dollar CAD buy, euro yen potentially a buy there. Dollar Swiss, that's our next our strong one. Dollar Swiss is a buy here. So euro dollar sell. Sorry guys, I'll say that again. Euro dollar sell. Dollar Swiss buy. Pound dollar buy. New Zealand dollar buy. Aussie dollar buy. We are bucking up against 90.50 area, but for the time being, we have to consider a buy on those. Euro yen buy. Dollar CAD buy. Pound yen a buy. It's above the 50 EMA, and we can look for a buy there. So euro dollar, we're looking for a sell. Dollar Swiss, we're looking for a buy. Those are our top picks. Once again, pound dollar looks like it wants a buy. Buy, buy, buy. Dollar CAD buy. Okay? And that pretty much wraps it up for us. Okay, so as far as trades go, we did, as I said before, we did take some buys here. And if you guys want to know, Nino did an awesome job, got about 50 pips out of the euro based off of our biases from the day before. And if you want to know more about that, we actually recorded that trade as we generally do in the live trade sessions. And so you can go to tribeforex.com. You can look right there, either go to Nino's page or go straight to the news feed, and you will see that trade that was taken, recorded for you, and really displayed in a way that you can learn from it. So we look forward to sharing more of this with you. Thank you, Nino, for being here, and thank you for sharing your skills with everyone in the live trade room. Guys, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best.